Oftentimes, in the sport of boxing, fighters are met with challenges that make them decide exactly who and what they want to be when they participate in this sport. And along the road, certain challenges arise. And if you stay in the game long enough, you will come across the type of challenges that will question whether or not this is what you really want to do. But this is the same in life. And so Ramla Ali, 5 months ago, faced a challenge like that, where she suffered her first loss in her professional career. And she, this past Saturday, November 4th, faced that challenge again in a rematch when she took on Alejandra Guzman. Let's talk about these super bantamweights and what happened. Oh, the famous rematch. Sometimes they can prove to be necessary, especially when a fighter has learned from the first experience. And such was the case when Ramla Ali, the woman whom I've deemed the beautiful boxer, has come back and turned her lemons into lemonade. Yes, what does Stormy mean by that? Ramla Ali returned to the ring this past November 4th, and she took on Alejandra Guzman in a rematch of a fight that they fought back in June of 2023. And in that fight, Ali, who was the favorite going in, suffered an 8th round KO loss to Guzman. Now, the beautiful boxer is 34 years of age. She's a super bantamweight fighter, and her record now improves to 9-1 with 2 KOs. But it's not about the records. It's about what's inside of a fighter. And in this fight, the rematch, Ali showed something that numerous fighters are afraid to venture towards during their careers. She faced down what was the most drastic of measures to come back from a KO loss. And in this fight, she didn't subject herself to her opponent's strengths as she had done the first go round. She came out in this particular fight boxing the stronger, heavier handed and fisted Guzman played to the villain role quite well in the promotion leading up to this fight. Her record now drops to 13, 3, and 2 with 7 KOs. In the press conferences, she was all up in Ramla's face. She was talking about what she was going to do to her, kissing her fist, putting him up to Ramla's face, basically stating that she's going to knock her out again. Guzman from Mexico is 26 years old, and she thought that her youth would be the difference and her strength and power, but it wasn't to be. Ramla returned to the basics of boxing, and what that was is utilizing her experience and skill set. Ali boxed her, tied her up when necessary, emphasis on the jab, standing her ground, using a spearing jab, powerful right hands following up the jab, straight right hands, right down the pipe, because Guzman looks to throw hooking shots. In the second round, Guzman went to the canvas in an exchange. It was not ruled a knockdown, but I could have sworn I saw a punch land in that exchange that made her topple. Ramla was very focused in this fight. I admire how she came in. She stuck to her game plan, and she admitted in the post fight that the first 3 to 4 rounds she was a little shaky herself because she had the jitters and her opponent was strong, but she believed in what her preparation brought her to stick to the game plan, to work behind that jab, and she did that solidly for the entire fight. And she proved victorious in not only following that game plan, but she proved to herself that she could overcome adversity, difficulty. Another aspect of the sport of boxing that a lot of fighters today do not present themselves with because they are afraid of the unknown. Well, it's normal to be afraid of the unknown, but greatness is not achieved by everyone because few are willing to take the chances and risks of becoming great. In this fight, what I noticed about Ali, and Guzman probably thought that Ali would move away from her and run, but Ramla stood her ground and was physical when necessary, tying up, pushing Guzman off, sticking that stiff jab, stepping into it, and throwing powerful right hands in her exchanges, straight punches. And sometimes Guzman took those shots trying to be brave herself instead of looking out for her own particular safety, and it proved to be a not so smart thing to do, because in that exchange, Ramla got the best of it because she was more focused. She looked at what was going on and she made certain to be able to take advantage of any openings, and she did not let Guzman bully her in this fight, which is what Guzman also thought she would be able to do, to step in and be physical and push Ramla back. Instead of moving back, Ramla moved in circles. She circled left, she circled right. Boxing all the while. Good stuff. Minding her defense, keeping her hands up, bringing her hands back after punching and exchanging, and always looking for that opening when a fighter who throws hooking, winging, looping shots happens to be open straight down the middle. Excellent work by Ramla Ali, the beautiful boxer. And I look forward to whatever may be next for her in her endeavors, because when you show class like she did, that you can rise above the setbacks that you've encountered, what happens is you become better as a result of the experience. So my hat is off to the beautiful boxer as she has made her return to the ring, and I look forward to whatever's happening in her immediate future, because I believe that she will soon be champion. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC, and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts about the beautiful boxer and what she was able to accomplish by overcoming her adversities. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.